Hi guys, thank you very much for coming back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a mini tutorial. I'm gonna show you how I do my eyebrows. So I've just put foundation on and I set it with powder. The next step in my makeup routine is to do my eyebrows, to map the face, to know exactly where to go with the eyeshadow on the eyes, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. So I hope you like it. Please hit thumbs up if you like the video at the end, and enjoy! The face is done, and my next step is usually to do the eyebrows, because once the eyebrows are done, I'm mapping the whole face, so I know exactly where to go and how far to go with the eyeshadow and the rest of the eye makeup. So the first step, and I haven't done anything, I just put foundation and set it with powder. So my next step is to actually play a little bit with the hairs. As you can see, my hairs are quite long, and the reason for that is I have a lot of bald spots in my eyebrows, and this way I can actually cover the bald spots with the longer hair. If I would cut the hair short, then you would be able to see this whole area here that doesn't have any hair. So usually what I do is do one eyebrow at a time, and I brush the hairs down. This way I brush the product out of the hairs as well, but most of all I don't want the hairs to be in the way of the pomade that I'm going to trace the eyebrows with. So this is the pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the color I'm using is medium brown. And I'm just taking the brush. The brush I'm using is a Morphe M215, which is a brow brush. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's quite stiff, but it's quite thick as well. So I'm just going inside the pomade and getting product just on the tip of the brush, and then I'm starting to brush in the eyebrow. I should have actually done this one because that one has a huge bald spot, and I can show you exactly how to cover that bald spot. I keep going in the pomade as much as I need. I'm gonna try as much as possible to do it as natural as I can. Sometimes I just go a little crazy because I take too much product on the brush, and I end up with the brows being very opaque and not that much brush stroke like. And don't worry about going out of the line or anything like that, because you're gonna go with a corrector just at the end and correct the shape. At this particular point you just want to make sure that you put product in your hairs enough. And the reason why I like this brush is because it acts like a spoolie as well. It's quite thick. So now let's go into this one. So you see I have a huge bald spot here. I always start somewhere here. I don't want to start all the way inside, because if I put too much product there, it's gonna become too opaque. So I start here because I need to map out exactly the line where the line is going. So I can't really start in the arch. If I take too much product, I usually put the brush in the middle of the hairs, so I brush the extra product in the hairs. Or if you actually take way too much, I always have a little napkin with some brush cleaner sprayed on it, so I can clean the brush a little bit. Okay, so now both the eyebrows have been traced. Now I start going under the brow to trace this area here. And I don't dip in anymore. I just pick up product from the middle of the brow and stroke it in from here. Again, don't worry about making mistakes or going out of the eyebrow, because it's going to be corrected later on. And I usually like to trace a straight line here with as little product as possible. And I do the same on the other side. So the shape is roughly done. Over and under. I never go in a straight line because I always make mistakes. It's the same when I put the eyeliner on. And now that's done, I take a small pencil, and at the moment usually I use the Deep Brow Wiz. It's not a deep brow, it's the Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I bought something new and I'm trying something new, and this is the Stila. It's called Stay All Day Precision Glide Brow Pencil, and the color is medium brown. I thought it was going to be exactly like the medium brown from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but it's not. It's quite lighter. So Anastasia has all the products the same name, it's the same shade, of course, so you know exactly what shade you're in. So this actually works out being a little lighter in color, because when you want to trace, to map the exact shape, you don't want to have such a deep color on the side, on the map margin. Okay, so now basically everything is done. The next step is to actually go and set everything, so the liquid creamy product, set everything with powder. So the powder that I'm using, and this is my favorite, I've already finished one of these. It's called Brow Powder from Inglot. It looks exactly like an eyeshadow from the Freedom System from Inglot, and this shade that I'm using is number 561. Let me swatch it on my hand. You can barely see it. It's such a light shade. Yeah, you can't actually see very much. Okay, and I'm using this brush from Bella Pierre that I spoke about a long time ago. I think in my favorite brushes video I spoke about this. And now basically what I'm doing, I'm brushing through the eyebrows with the powder, so this way setting all the cream product in place. And again, at this time I'm not really bothered about going out of line, making it too thick, one not being the same length as the other one, and so on. Okay, so everything is set at this point, and now we brush through them one more time. Be careful not to pick up a lot of product from there. And now the most important thing is basically correcting everything. So I'm correcting everything with a plain concealer brush, and this is F70 from Sigma. It's a regular concealer brush. And the corrector that I'm using, and I found this is the best corrector that I've ever used for under eyebrows, and this is a Match Made concealer from number 7. It looks like this. It's a stick, and the shade is called Calico, which is, I believe, their lightest shade. The reason why I like this product so much, it's because it's creamy when you apply it, but it actually becomes very powdery, so it's not very good for under eye or anything on the face because it really kind of cakes up. But for under the eyebrows it's perfect because it actually sets on its own without adding any extra powder. And usually I start here in the arch, inside the arch, and I go towards the end. And the extra product that I have, I bring it in towards the lid. This is usually the most difficult part, doing this area here in the inner part, because I usually end up going too much in. And then the upper, but on the upper side I don't usually go very straight. I'm just literally correcting the shape as little as possible, to be honest. If you have too much product, take a traditional foundation brush and buff it out with that, because that's bigger, so it blends out the product much easier. And we're just gonna do the same on the other eye. Okay, so this is the final result, and the next step is actually to set my eyebrows. And for this purpose I'm using this sample that I've been having for a long time, and I believe this is the best clear brow gel on the market. It sets your eyebrows in place. There is a reason why Anastasia Beverly Hills is the queen of eyebrows, because this thing is the bomb. And this is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's actually called Clear Brow Gel. And the reason why I like it is because the spoolie is really small and it doesn't pick up a huge amount of product, so it doesn't wet your eyebrows a lot. It just sets them into place like hairspray, and they become crunchy a little bit, but they don't move. And this is what I like about them. I mean, they don't feel uncomfortable. There's not a lot of product, but they don't move whatsoever. And you have to be careful when you do this step not to go very deep in there, because you've been with the spoolie, you've mixed the product in there, you just want to set the hairs in place, you don't want to move the product around too much. So this is the final result. I hope you like it. Please give a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, make sure you comment down below if you have any questions or anything. All the products that I used are going to be linked in the description box. But if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Hit thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. And until next time, hugs and kisses. Bye!